Hello, and welcome back to our Time's Ticking YouTube channel. My name is Jake, as always, and today we're going to be talking about a synthesizer-fueled science fiction that has a subtle nod to watchmaking. So, stick with us to our intro, and we're going to be talking about the world of Knight Rider. Now, we can't begin a video about Knight Rider without acknowledging, at the very least, the iconic pop culture tour de force that is David Hasselhoff. Whether he's singing pop songs in German, running in slow motion on a beach, or interfacing with futuristic technology, all of his roles have taken on a cult-like status. While he may sport a timepiece in virtually all of his acting gigs, one futuristic piece of wrist tech co-stars with him in Knight Rider. That's right, long before smartwatches, in the days of VHS tape rentals and zero TV binge watching, one man and his artificially intelligent Trans Am, Kit, were taking on crime one bad guy at a time. While crime fighting might have a few other more famous watches in its roster, Dick Tracy comes to mind. This particular show's technology had a uniquely 80s flair on futuristic wristband style. Now, Hasselhoff's wristwatch is based off of AM radio watches that actually were popular and prevalent in the 1980s. At the time, remote control technology was still a fairly new thing, and the possibilities became endless in science fiction to employ it. In Knight Rider, whenever Michael Knight, aka Hasselhoff, was away from Kit, he could remotely send data to his reliable AI companion. This included taking pictures from his wrist and making full area scans for analysis. Whether Knight was behind the wheel or involved in on-foot reconnaissance, his watch was fundamentally tied to his interface with his Trans Am partner. Being able to take pictures and send a lot of information remotely from one's wrist may not seem that strange today, but for the 1980s, it was pretty forward-thinking. What's more, shows like Knight Rider, with their stylized gadgets and synthesizer soundtracks, have inspired a new wave of aesthetics in modern culture. Wristwatches are no exception to these trends. Vaporwave, synthwave, and general 80s throwbacks of today have callbacks to some of the best the 1980s had to offer. Popular surf watch brand Freestyle has made a big comeback in recent years, as well as the calculator watch, once of Back to the Future fame. What's more, the neon noir and pulp fiction of shows like Knight Rider have influenced a new generation of artists of all kinds. Anyone searching for 80s watches on Etsy could tell you that this roaring decade of big hair and big lifestyles still lives to this day. Screenwriting in science fiction and the way that wardrobes are created has affected the way that we look at modern wristwatch technology, to some degree or another, whether it was Knight Rider, Star Trek, or any other science fiction series. While some of us here at Time's Ticking are children of the 80s, and further back, we also employ plenty of younger folks. There's common ground here when discussing how culture surrounding watches has evolved from years prior. Even after a quartz revolution, aka crisis in watchmaking through the 70s and 80s, mechanical movements have made their own comeback and comebacks. More than nostalgia, many iconic watchmakers and timepieces have survived into the new millennium, regardless of variations in style and make. Michael Knight's watch was just another piece of the mosaic regarding the greater history of watchmaking. Within the framework of modern trends, techie gadgets from the 80s are no longer potential replacements for the oldest traditions in horology. In today's terms, one is able to curate any collection to their tastes, including watches that can communicate with their latest car via Bluetooth. No area scans yet. With classic timepieces in mind, we look to the future of watchmaking ourselves, no matter where it drives us all next. While Michael Knight's watch is just one piece of a greater picture of 80s wristwatches, the overall aesthetic and feel of the 80s has made its way into modern watchmaking. So, do you have a favorite 80s inspired or 80s era watch? Let us know in the comments below. We always love hearing about our topic. Wow, thanks again for watching our YouTube video today. If you really enjoyed it, we actually have a couple more videos available just right here and right there. On top of that, our entire channel is at your disposal, and if you subscribe by clicking the link that's right next to me, we'll give you the latest update on our most recent videos. So, thanks again for watching, and we hope to see you again.